So, boosted up. Okay, that's those posted. Just get the quali results and the standings up before we start. So, welcome along, anyone and everyone, to round 6 of Aero League Racing Monday Night Championship GT3 cars. It is the Italian track of Sardegna or Sardinia. Not entirely too sure how we say this, but we're going to go with Sardinia because it sounds better. Sounds more Italian. And yeah, it's a championship that has just been absolutely thrilling thus far. We've got a real fight on our hands at the top of the championship. Just recapping how we came out of Interlagos last week, we've got Himi, who's basically Team 458. At the top, we've got Himi and Pyro, both in the first and second positions. There's just 1 point between them. They were actually the week before neck and neck on points, and currently also romping away with the Constructors' Championship. Then in third place, after a good result at last week's track, especially in the feature, Brutus comes up into third in the McLaren. Then we've got Jack in fourth, still within touching distance, only 104 points for Jack. So yeah, not just basically a good result away from being in pole himself. And then we've got Andonabo, which I think is Messina, in fifth place in the Genesis. So he has, even missing around, he's done very well. In fact, so is Brutus, actually. Brutus could potentially be even higher up if he hadn't missed the race at Alsace. However, that's how it's looking so far. And just looking through the qualifying order at the moment, it does seem like we are missing Hilmar this week as well. So the championship could all change yet again. So coming through into the qualifying results then, only 15 drivers, it seems, for the qualifying. Therefore, we start in 15th place, and we've got Pekish in the 296. He's managed to get a time of a 143.3. Then in 14th place, I think this is Pete in the Genesis with a 142.5. Then in 13th place in one of the old Porsches is Rich with a 142.5 as well. Wow, just 100th between the two of those guys. In 12th place, we've got Scotty in the Yeatle, and he's got a time of a 142.4 flat. So that's getting towards the correct sort of times we should expect to see from this tier. Then we've got in 11th place Jack in the other 296 with a 142.3. Just 100th ahead of him is our fearless leader, Ross Thorne, with a 142.334. And then quite a big gap. It's not 143, sorry, it's a 142.3. There we go. Then in ninth place, we've got Pyro sitting second in the championship at the moment coming into this race. So ninth, probably not the kind of qualifying result he would have wanted, but the Ferrari does have absolutely amazing start. So he's there with a 42.0, so getting very, very quick indeed. Then in 8th place, we have got Philip in the little 4C, managing to hook it around here quite well with a 141.9 in 8th place. Then in 7th place, getting up to where he feels a bit more comfortable in 7th is Airman with a 141.8, and just a few hundredths ahead of him is Tom in the R8 with a 141.8 yet again. So doing very well in the Audi. Then we've got Prime Cole in 5th place with a 141.8, getting very quick now. These guys, 4th place then belongs to Orozco's with a 141.6, getting very quick. Just a few hundredths ahead of him is Captain Eli, getting the first of the podium steps for qualifying, at least. 3rd place, 141.6 flat. And then in 2nd place, back up where we expect to see him, Brutus getting a 141.5. And then finally in the Genesis, this is an absolute rocket ship around this track, is Andonabo or Messina with a 141.4. Absolutely electric times. And just whilst I have the opportunity, because it doesn't happen very often, I'd just like to say I beat all these guys. I got a 141.3. Ha! The Jag was sublime for the qualifying this week at this track. It was a very good combination. So then, that is our qualifying lineup sorted. Then we are going to get into the race proper. Get the right camera angle, and let's jump on with Pyro and see how well he does going off the line. We'll get the all the information up. That would help, wouldn't it? So here we go. We've got 5 red lights. Does anybody make a jump? They're out and it's off they go. It's all clean starts for everybody. Pyro going up at least 1 position, maybe even 2 by the time they get to the first corner. It is going to be very tight at the front. And look how fast the Genesis, he's lagging all over the place, is Messina. But so far, it looks like everyone's managed to make it through pretty cleanly. Philip up into 5th position. Prime Cole is in 6th. Pyro still just behind in 7th, but they're coming in very close. Airman holding on to that 8th place. He's trying to defend well from Tom in 9th. Ross is in 10th position, and we've got the 2 Ferraris at the back. Not quite able to hang on, but doing just a little enough. I think Pete getting a little bit of contact. There's definitely a little bit of lag in this lobby. As he gets really loose on the back end and gets spun around. I think that might have been due to a little bit of contact. Let's jump on board with him and see it from his point of view. Gets a little touch coming through, thinks he's a little bit further ahead than he is, then gets a little tap from behind and another one, gets a bit of a tank slapper and then puts it in the wall. I am almost certain that was not his fault. So one of the Ferrari drivers, whichever one it was, I imagine will be getting a report for that one. So that puts Pekish in 13th place, Rob in 14th. Then we've got Scotty doing a really good job this week in the Beetle, up a few positions, and as Ross, what has happened to Ross? How did he do that? So he's taking a defensive line, he's fighting away with Jack, gets it stopped in nicely. Is there any... Oh no, he's been murdered. Absolutely awful. But he just doesn't... Well, actually, I think it's more that it's Jack's issue here. He comes around the outside, he's slightly on the dirty side of the track, gets a big old boot of oversteer, and gets on the dirty line of the grass, and then as he's coming back on, just collects the back of him. Doesn't wait up in the slightest for Ross, who probably thinks that... Jack probably thinks he should have been left a little bit more room than that, but there you go. Once you're off the track, mate, it doesn't count. So then, interesting first lap as we work our way back through the grid. So Tom up into 8th position, Prime Cole's up into 7th, Pyro's managed to get past Prime Cole and up into 6th, so this is exactly what he needs for his championship hopes, especially with his teammate not racing this week. He will well, potentially could lead the championship. We've got Philip going to the inside, gets an absolutely brilliant overtake through there. Rotikos slightly on the gravel, but just about hanging on. Now he's going to have Pyro hanging it on the inside of this next left-hander. Can he get anything done with this one? Rotikos bravely just sticks it down there and hangs on to that 5th position. Now they're both all going wide through that corner, kicking up a bit of dirt. But so far, cleanly through they go. Pretty much everybody probably setting the purple sectors as it's only lap 2. So Philip, excellent result for him now, up into 4th position. Captain Eli still in 3rd position, so this is really good for him. Definitely one of the tracks that suits the Ford GT a bit more, allows it to stretch its legs, basically for sort of straights and some 90-degree corners, kind of suiting these power cars. So then Brutus not quite able to catch the back of Messina, although at the minute Messina is just lagging and bouncing around all over the place. The rubber banding is terrible. I think even if Brutus managed to get close to him, he'd be very nervous about making an overtake. See him hitting the barrier and going off onto the grass, but realistically he might not have been doing that at all. So currently the fastest lap goes to Messina, a 141 point... Oh, sorry, not Philip. Not Messina, it's Philip. 141.5. Absolutely blistering time, all things considered, and that's with a headwind as well. So let's jump back and see what Philip can do. He's currently got the fastest lap. He's all over the back of Captain Eli. He goes for a little look down the inside. Lets Captain Eli know that he is there. Doesn't look like Philip is too bad at the moment, Brutus, but that could definitely get worse. He is doing it a little bit, actually. You can just see the rubber banding, not quite so bad. Not too sure who the host is for Tier 3. Oh no, it's Pyro, isn't it? So yeah, historically Pyro's been a pretty good connection. So definitely down to the driver's connections with this one, I should imagine. So Philip biding his time at the moment, still behind Captain Eli, and will probably look for a move as they come into turn 1. Prime Cole then in 6th position. Pyro has dropped down into 7th. How did that one happen? This was quite a while ago, so I think this might be another slipstream overtake. From Prime Cole. Let's jump on board with him and see how it goes. Look at the closing speed of that one. Prime Cole dives to the inside. Fun facts about this track, goalie, it's fictitious and has very good tyre wear. There you go. Other than that, I don't know anything about this track. I thoroughly enjoyed it though. No idea how long it is, anything like that, but there you go. So Prime Cole gets the move done. We'll jump back forward to where we were, as now Pyro is going to have a kind of a reverse really. Now he's going to have the slip on Prime Cole, but the Achilles heel of the Ferrari is its top speed, so the Lexus should actually have the legs on it coming out here. Prime Cole did just get a very good exit out of that corner, and the gap is quite substantial already, but well, let's see, maybe this will leave Pyro vulnerable to Tom. It looks like it's a pretty equal gap between them. You can see Tom is closing the gap now as they come up to turn 1, but I think it's too little too late. They're all hard on the brakes and they go through the corner of turn 1, line astern, and that is that race. Jack then in 9th. We've got Airman dropped all the way down to 10th. That's disappointing for him. He had such a good qualifying. Battling Scotty now in 11th in the Beetle, going for reverse grid pole, so not quite halfway yet. So Airman's got a long way to hang on to that position at the moment. Then we've got Rich up into 12th, so that's going pretty good for him. Then we've got Peckish in 13th, Pete is in 14th, and Ross Thorne still all the way at the back from the earlier contact. Lord Hans, yes, it definitely has a very, very sturdy pit wall. That has been one of the most hilarious things that we've seen in this league, probably ever, at least since I've been part of this league. That very much made me laugh. So then at the front, Messina still hanging on to P1, gapping everybody behind, getting a comfortable space between him and Brutus. Just see the difference in the tyres. It's about a second in it between them. Captain Eli then still in third position. Now he's got Philip, who is just rubber banding a little bit behind him, but I think there's enough of a gap and the straight line speed of that Ford GT to keep the position over the little Alpha. The Alpha may be a little bit more nimble through the corners, able to close it up a little bit, but then the power of the Ford GT just allows it to pull away. Stay on board with these guys for the moment, or just catching the corner, inside of the corner, unsettling the car a little bit. That's allowed Philip to close up. Good half second there, it looks like. And Philip moves to the outside. He's got a better exit. And is he going to get the move done? He's got the position according to the game. There it is. He's got the third position, but they're still side by side. Is there anything that they can do? Captain Eli just a little bit too far out of the way there and has to concede that position. Looks like he gets a slightly better exit, but I don't think there's going to be anything that they can do along this stretch. It is almost impossible to go side by side through here without any kind of incident. Going a bit wide through that right-hander, so not able to take the speed through the left as much as they would like, and that's going to allow Erotikos, who did get a good line through that section, to close the gap again. So will we see Erotikos getting a run in the slipstream down this straight? It looks like he might be a little bit too far back at this point. So not able to do anything this time around. We'll just jump down the grid and see if anything has changed from these guys. The pack is really spreading out quite a bit now, even for a sprint race. So Pyro's still in 7th, Tom's in 8th. Eamon gets... oh, he's got a position. He was in 10th a moment ago. So Scotty gets a position as well. So they've all moved up one. So who has dropped down the pack? I'm not too sure if it was Jack. We've not had any disconnects, but Ross is... no, he's not had any incidents, just steady in the 42s, still getting to grips with his new setup. Can take quite a while. I know that I've certainly struggled with that this season. Messina bouncing around everywhere at the front of the grid. Brutus now has some serious competition in the way of Philip, coming up in third place. See what you mean now about you've got Messina bouncing all over the place in front of you, and then you've got your mirrors full of Philip, who's just completely unpredictably bouncing around all over there as well. But Philip has done an absolutely stellar job to close that gap to Brutus, and you can see how much he's managed to pull on Captain Eli, who now has Erotikos much closer as they come down the start-finish straight. Will we see anything happen as they come into turn 1? Doesn't look like he's quite close enough just yet, maybe on the next lap. So back up then to Philip and Brutus. I assume it's Philip. It looks like a Philip, but it might be Philippe. Do feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And he's all over the back of Brutus now. He's got some serious competition, has Brutus, and he's got the move done as he's coming into the left-hand side, and he gets the move done as clean as a whistle. Absolutely brilliant overtake from Philip. And now, I mean, like, oh, what have we got? It's a good 3-second gap. So, oh, and he goes deep and loses the position to Brutus again. Side by side, this is the worst bit of the track to be side by side through, but Brutus takes the position. Philip just yields enough to stay in the slip one more time, and here they come, wide line into the left-hander. Brutus goes right onto the limit of the track, as does Philip, but more by choice than anything. Now they're going to have the exit onto the final straight, both getting a pretty similar exit, but Philip is so close to the back of Brutus, he's going to have the slip. This might well be an easy overtake for him. What will Brutus do? We'll see him keep left as much as possible, making Philip go the long way round. It is very easy to defend the positions if you get the thing right, but Philip hangs it around the outside, just gets a wheel on the dirt, but they're still side by side as they come through this complex. So turn 4, they're still side by side. Philip's going very deep indeed, and that just about gives Brutus the position back. Enough of a gap there for Brutus just to take a breath of air and reset himself, try and compose and close the gap to Messina as much as he can. He's got 2 laps left, or lap and a half really by now, but Philip is not going to give him any time to rest. As Rakos has also managed to get past Captain Eli. How did this one happen? So what we expected last time out, did he get the slip into turn 1? But doesn't get it done on this one, so it must be further so on. So Captain Eli just gets a little bit loose on the exit of turn 1, and that is allowed Eroticos, who gets a much cleaner exit, to close up and gets the inside line coming into turn 4. Parks on the apex, gets it through, brakes in time and takes the inside line for turn 5, and that is a slam dunk overtake for Eroticos. Absolutely brilliant. Hilmar, have you missed anything? Pretty much it has been just a huge charge from Philip at the minute. Started a few positions down in P8, and he's up into P3, did get P2 very briefly, but has dropped back. But it's been a great battle between Brutus and Philip this time around. So as they're coming up to the finish line for the penultimate time, oh no, wrong corner. So Philip has just got to absolutely stick it to the back of Brutus as they come in to the final corner. So then, can he get anything done this time round? We're going to see Brutus stick to the inside line one more time, I should imagine. There we go, he's staying to the inside. Philip is going to, has a little look to the inside, but there is no room there, so he has to go for the outside again. Brutus a little bit further along this time round than compared to last lap. Just about hangs it on. Now Philip's got a better exit and is looking to go around the outside yet again as they're coming into turn 4. Looks like they're side by side now, a little bit of contact. Brutus just about hangs on. I think that's fair enough, just a racing incident, that one. Nothing intentional there. If you go side by side into a corner, it is going to be very difficult to leave room, but enough respect between these guys. Philip then will have one opportunity left. He's got to go for a dive into a corner somewhere, maybe this one. The hard braking zone. Oh, it looks like he's dropped off a little bit too much, actually. The Rakos isn't going to be able to close that gap any time soon. Indeed, Philip, he has had some excellent defending this time around. I'm sure you've kept him on his toes for this race. Watching that little Alpha getting bigger in his mirror as he goes wide again on the exit. Slightly dirty tyres. That's going to allow Philip to get Really good exit out of here, and he's very close indeed. So is there anything that he can do? We're going to see him come for a photo finish, maybe across the line, as Messina bounces his way along, comes across to get a sprint win yet again. And wrong way. What did I miss then? So Messina gets the win. Brutus then is that? I think that's just weaving to celebrate. The pair of them sends it round. Philip gets third, and Roskos gets fourth. Captain Eli gets fifth, and Primecall is in sixth. Tom gets seventh. So brilliant gets apart. Overtake against Pyro for 8th place. Really disappointing race for Pyro then. Not good for his points at all. Airman gets 9th place. Jack is in 10th. Scott is 11th. Rich is in 12th. Pete's 13th. Peckish in 14th. And finally, Ross not enjoying the Lambo round this track and combination, but really consistent times, all within a couple of tenths of each other. Every lap getting 15th position. So that was absolutely brilliant to watch for a sprint race. So this is going to be thoroughly interesting to see what happens in the feature. Definitely a fun track to do, but some of these street circuits with the barriers being so close, they can be very unforgiving, and the penalties are super harsh if you clip a wall. Really costs you the positions when you're battling. But we'll see what happens here. Not too sure. The pit lane wasn't too long, so I think we'll have an interesting mix maybe of 1 stop and 2 stops. So let's just get all of this up, and then we'll quickly run through the grid and see what tyres people are on. So Jack's in first place on the mediums. I think we'll just go through and see who's not on mediums this time around. In fact, the 1 stop was possible just for the medium and soft, wasn't it? So actually maybe we won't see 2 stops. I was thinking of Alsace. So there we go. Airman in second place. Pyro, though, gets a really good start in the feature. Might even be able to make a position up on Airman as they come into the first corner. Tom's in fourth. We've got Primecall in fifth. Captain Eli in sixth. Everybody on the medium still so far. Rostikos in seventh. Philip in eighth. Watch this guy. I'm sure we're going to see him make some moves. Brutus in ninth on the mediums as well. Then we've got Messina, our pole sitter and sprint winner, in 10th, also going for the mediums. The Genesis a little bit worse for wear usually on its front tyres, but we've seen him make some amazing strategy calls before in that car. Scotty then in 11th, also for the mediums. Rich is in 12th. We've got Pete in 13th, Peckish in 14th, and Ross on 15th. Everyone starting on the mediums this time round. So pretty much the medium soft. Maybe there'll be a 2-stopper by someone if they're feeling brave, going for a soft. So then let's get back to the front of the grid and see how it goes. Let's jump on with Pyro yet again for the start of this race and see if he can get a position back. His championship hopes slipping away at the moment, having done very well and being in second place entering this week's race. Already I think we'll have lost that lead against Brutus, but we will check the standings at the end of the stream. So no change at the front at the moment. Tom's still in fourth, Primecall in fifth, Captain Eli in sixth, and Roscoe seventh, Philip in eighth, Brutus ninth, Messina in 10th. That is your top 10 now. Messina already bouncing around a little bit. That's going to be very difficult to make. And I would say, yeah, look at the wind. Complete reverse from the sprint. 8.4 meters per second, and it's a tailwind. There is going to be some absolutely biblically fast times in this race. I think we'll definitely see these guys into the 40s. I didn't actually check what the final fastest lap was in the sprint. At the time, it was a low 41 by Philip, which was excellent. Oh, as we've got some contact, and who is that? It is Rich. What happened to him? So he's in 12th. We've got Pete. Oh, thank you, Philip. 141.1. Wow, that is quick. And he just... How? Right. So, Pete's behind him. Let's get a good angle. A little bit of... just a little bit of contact on the corner. Not quite alongside enough. And just collects him. See this from Pete's point of view. So he gives him the dummy. Oh, and he gets a little bit on the grass and just sends him off into the dirt. Surely he must know that that was his fault, and he opts not to go for it. And something's happened to Captain Eli as well. What has happened here? So Captain Eli, oh, what happened to him? So he's in 6th. Phillips going side by side with Erotikos. And then we've got Philip on the inside, gets a little bit of contact. Oh, and it's 3 wide. 3 into 1 does not go. See what the cinematic angle does for these guys. So coming down 3 wide, and that's it. He just gets booted out to the side. Erotikos also looked like he had a bit of contact through there. He drops down into 8th place. Messina, it just gets up into 9th. And then Philip, though, benefits massively. Oh, Erotikos has binned it as well. How did he do that? There was me thinking that this would be such a clean race after that feature. So, oh yeah, there we go. Gets it wrong, coming through the corner, gets collected in the back from whoever it was. I think that might have been Pete in the Genesis, and just spins him round. So that's 2 incidents, unfortunately, for Pete that he's been involved in. Not checked the steward reports for this tier this week, but I imagine they're going to be kept busy, and it's still only lap 1. So they're back at the front. Jack is fighting Airman. As it looked like, I think there was a little bit of contact between Pyro and Tom there, and Tom does yield that position to Pyro. Tom having to go around the outside. Pyro's got the defensive line. Well, Pyro goes very deep. Yeah, you could just see 2 different lines. Pyro goes very wide on exit and just gets a little bump from Tom as he's taking the more traditional line through that corner. So Airman, he's going for the move on the inside, is he? He doesn't quite have it done. Going for the tighter line, but just has to take it a little bit slower. So still in 2nd position. Looks like he's got a run this time round, though. I think this might well be the first time, not in pit stops, that Air has led his first ALR race. So this one is on merit, but Jack's going round the outside again, and it looks like Jack's got the position back. These guys fighting tooth and nail for that first place. Absolutely brilliant racing so far. Still going side by side. Can they do anything? Air's going to have to really take this one slow. Oh, it's Jack. Looked like he clipped the wall, and I think because he hit the wall, that put Air into the back of him. So Jack hits the wall, and then and there we go. So that slows Airman down, and Pyro gets the position. Oh, and Airman's gone super deep trying to get that position back. Totally gets the wrong line. Now he's lost 2 positions in the space of 2 corners, and Primecar will have a really good exit out of that corner as well, and maybe have a bit of slip, but the Ford is going to have the legs down the pit straight. So how the Phillips up into 4th place? by lap 3, he's already up into 4th place. It's been a superb bit of driving from Philip. I know there's been a lot of incidents up at the front that has probably helped him along his way, but this is absolutely superb driving from Philip. And now Ehrman is looking to have a go. Not along far enough that time round, but whilst Philip is trying to get past Tom, that is going to allow Air to close up to that gap. And then we've got 2 Ferraris at the front fighting for position. Yeah, again, Jack is just under fire constantly, holding everybody up. Pyro then in the 458, the older of the cars, but definitely outperforming the newer. This time round, side by side, Pyro's got the position. This is going to be excellent for his championship result. He needs this win. Big haul of points for the feature. Side by side again, as the 3 of them going for it in the back. That was a really good camera angle, actually. Shall we get that one a bit more often? So Jack somehow manages to hang on to 1st place another time. Philip up into 3rd place now. He's got the move done on Tom. But where was this one? It's coming out of the blind left. Just has a better run through it, and that's an easy overtake. Tom doesn't fight it. I think he knows, despite his own abilities, that Philip is going to get a move done at some point, so may as well just let him through quickly and save as much time as possible. As now Air is all over the back of Tom as well. The Ford and the R8 pretty similar, I should imagine, on pace around here. Brutus then is up into 6th place. He needs to get a shuffle on, but we've seen him do some absolutely brilliant tyre whispering through some of these. Oh, Prime Cole's gone off as well. He's gone deep out of the final left-hander, and it looks like Rosikoz and Pekic have done the same thing as well. There's contact with Captain Eli, just about gets it pointed back in the right direction, though. There's action absolutely everywhere in this race, and we're still only on lap 3. Apart from Rich, who's just having a little country drive at the back. So then Rosikoz drops to penultimate position. We've got his teammate fighting Scotty for 10th place, so getting some much better points in 10th. So this is good actually, because Ross started in 15th at the beginning of this race. Prime Cole drops down to 9th. Oh, now we've lost P1 as well. Thank you for pointing that one out. So how does this one happen? Oh, he's got this one quite early. Let's see then. So the other fast left-hander, Jack, absolutely on the limit every single lap, going on the grass every time. Dirty tyres though, and that's just pushed him wide. And Pyro's got an absolutely brilliant run through that corner, comes out ahead, but will Jack, still quite close, have the overspeed coming down the pit straight to get an overtake done again and regain the lead of the race. Let's see, the 296 does have pretty good top speed, if I recall correctly, but Pyro takes the defensive line. Jack's got to go the long way round. Just enough room left. He has to yield the position because now he's got Philip also breathing down his neck. I almost can't speak for the amount of action that's happening, because we've got Brutus and Tom in the background. Air's managed to get up into 4th position. I think that'll just be a simple overtake down the pit straight as well. Messina's up in 7th. Pete, his teammate, is having a brilliant race up in 8th position as well. It might see him lose a couple of positions though, due to Stuart's reports, if that does go ahead. So what can Jack do against Philip? I think it is just a matter of time. Jack defending very well though. Come into the hard braking zone, and the left-hander parks it on the apex. Oh, but he gets loose on the exit, and that's going to allow Philip to get a much better exit to get through. He's got the number on his name, but now Jack's got the inside. Oh, is Pyro? What happened to Pyro? Pyro, he's saved it somehow. Somehow he saved it. Philip goes to the inside. Oh, and he gets punted off by Ehrman. This is just ridiculous. So he gets the move. Oh, sorry, I was just going to have to jump back. Which overtake did I miss, Philip? So coming in here, we've got Eamon. We'll get a little bit more of a view. Eamon gets a really good run through here. He looks to have a move. Jack just tries to cover him off. It just compromises him, but then Philip's gone super deep. And Air's just got nowhere to go. Hits the back of him. Has to tuck in behind Jack. Jack is lapping all the way to the finish line at the minute with this. He somehow managed to hang on to P2. Eamon's in P3. And then Brutus gets up into P4. He's got the legs on Tom this time round. So where does this drop Philip down to? We've got 6th and 7th place for the Genesis drivers. Philip's in 8th position, so he's got it all to do again. However, given the pace that we've seen from this guy, I think we might still see him on a podium come the end of the race. Ross then gets up into 9th place. He's got a position over Prime Cole. So Ross definitely favouring the feature over the sprint. Scotty then is in 11th in the Beetle. Oh, Pyro. Man, what happened there? So, Pyro's winning. Pyro's losing. Oh dear. You've just got to keep it up. Right, he's miles ahead of everyone. Just look at that. There's nothing to go wrong. Oh wow, he brakes so late, and then just takes it for a trip to the beach. And oh man, what a costly mistake. That's put him down into 6th place. And Pete's going to have a go as well this time round. Can he get anything done, Pete? He's there, they're door banging, but Pyro's got the inside line for the next right-hander, and he gets the position back. Oh, we'll be absolutely screwing with that one, won't he? So Messina's looking like he was about to have a go on Tom. Tom defends the position well, though. We've seen some absolutely brilliant defensive driving from Tom. Really performing well from Tier 4 last season. So Pete and Pyro fighting again. The Genesis really is good as they go side by side through that corner. Oh, and Pete gets the back end all sorts of loose through that corner, and that is just going to push him straight back down. Significantly behind Pyro, in fact. And now that's going to allow Philip to close up that gap. As well as everyone's going off, Pete has definitely gone to mow the lawn there. He's going to have fully dirty tyres, so got to be very careful on the exit of this corner. You can see just how much that's cost him. Oh, as Pete gets another tank slapper. Yeah, the Genesis, especially when you're not running any traction control, is very... Oh, there you go, there it happens. How did that look from Philip's point of view? Gets a really good exit. Oh, there's just nothing you can do with that one. It's not like he intentionally got his back end out. So another racing incident there. But all of the work that Philip has done to catch up has been undone again. Absolutely, Hilmar. Well, just what's at the end of lap 6? No, beginning of lap 6. And it's just been a roller coaster. I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose my voice by the end of this one. So let's run through the grid and see where everybody is. Philip had a really good Good start to the race, but has dropped himself back down into 8th through no fault of his own. Ross then recovering well from his start in last place up into 9th. Primecole still in 10th, Scott is in 11th, and Rotko's in 12th. Captain Eli is in 13th, and Rich still enjoying a drive by himself in 14th. At the front, Jack re-inherits the lead of the race. I've no idea how, but he has just outperformed everything this time round and hangs on to P1. We've got Airman and Brutus now. Brutus looks to have a go against Airman, sends a bit of a dummy, and that gives him a really good exit. They're side by side with Airman coming through, probably the trickiest part of the track. But Air has got the legs on the McLaren and gets the position back. It certainly seems so, Goalie. I mean, Jack has had a train of people behind him, so I think he's just done a really good job of holding people up. Everybody's very close as they come out of this last corner now, though, so I think we'll see a move done. Or as Air was so close, I think it looked like it kind of bumped Jack along a little bit. And can't keep up. Phillips up into 5th. So what happened here then? Let's jump on board with him again. I like this camera angle. It's a nice one. So Pete is up in position. He's rubber banding around a little bit. Goes off even more, and then Philip dives to the inside, gets that position done. You can see him in the rearview mirror or rearview camera. He gets that done, and then there's a little bit of contact between each two. There's a gap, and he goes through. Philip, like the waters of the Red Sea, it parts, and Philip just sends it down the middle. Gets an absolutely awesome overtake. We're just going to have to see that one again because that was superb. You couldn't write that. The gap was closing, and he just manages to get himself through that tiny little gap. And the little Alpha is scot-free up into 5th position. Here we go. Look at that, all that clean air ahead of him. Has to take a little bit of a defensive line because he's got this train of people behind him. Pete's looking to have a go then against Pyro. Maybe pulled out a little bit too early. Pyro's taking a defensive line. Oh, as everybody's closing up very late on the brakes. Pete goes super deep, has to back out of that one. But my goodness, that was exciting. Oh, we're already on lap 7. Not even a third of the way through yet. Okay. What to watch? He's happening at the front as well. Brutus has managed to get past Airman, and so has Messina. Let's just jump back and see how this happened. So, don't know how Jack is managing to hang on to this position. Oh, so Air just goes a little bit too wide into that corner, gets a tap from Brutus. Nothing too bad, but because there's a gap there, that allows Messina to get through as well. Now Messina's going to try it, going around the outside of Brutus. All the while these guys are fighting, there's a little bit of a contact through there into the barrier, but that might just be lagging as well. So all that battling behind has allowed Jack to get a bit of breathing room, to it. Brutus then takes a very defensive line coming into the hard left-hander. Is there anything that Air can do through here? Nothing yet. I mean, with that lag from Messina, you'd be hard pushed to make a clean overtake. You'd be worried that it'll just bounce into you. I mean, goodness me, it's all over the place. Jack yet again going super deep, as is Brutus, and now Messina's trying to get an overtake done. Air's just hanging back at the moment. Oh, gets a really good run through that last corner though. And we see Messina has lost that position back to Air. Oh, was that? I think that might have been rubber band contact because Air's along the outside. So not. Oh yeah, no, that's just terrible. Oh, But what can you do with that? I mean, you do your best with it, and then that kind of thing. Is that even reportable? But it's definitely cost Air a lot of time. So, what have we got here then? Back out the front, this is I mean, look at it. Philip is back up to P4, about to be fighting for a podium position. It's absolutely brilliant drive from Philip. Messina, we've seen this guy win races before. He's definitely got the pace. The Genesis is absolutely phenomenal around here. And what can these guys do against Brutus? Probably the three fastest guys in this race at the moment. Well, I say three. Let us not forget that Jack is still leading this race. What have we got behind? We've got Tom. He's got a bit of a gap. Air's dropped down to 6, unfortunately, for him. But Pyro breathing down his neck as well. Air takes the defensive line. Not going to be able to get anything done. But he gets a good exit and bumping each other along, it looks. Anything he can do this time round? Nothing yet. Just have to wait and see if he gets a really good exit coming out of this last corner. Everybody getting a pretty good corner that time round at least. So let's jump back up to these guys. Philip has managed to get past Messina. Let's just go and see how this one happened. What happened there? Was a bit strange. And now I think Philip is lagging all over the place a little bit. Ooh, yeah, this is all over the place. Wow, that is really bad. Very, very fortunate to ghost through that corner. And it almost actually helped. A pair of them just plough into the barrier. Almost helps him get the position, actually, that ghosting. So, Brutus in the McLaren, once he gets into 5th gear, definitely has a good bit of acceleration and speed through that. And yet more ghosting from Philip. What happened there? So Philip has recovered for the second time up into a podium position. And just as his connection issues happen, I've no idea what happened there. It looks absolutely terrible. I imagine that from his point of view, he must have got some contact, but that was just all over the place. Let's jump back again and see what that looked like from Messina's point of view, because he was lagging quite badly as well. I mean, at the minute, Brutus, they're nowhere near you. He already lags out at that point and ghosts, and then he bounces off. So that depends entirely down to your guys' point of view. I'm not too sure if that's in the stewards' room either. However, Brutus then looking set to take. Oh, is it Messina? Oh, well, I mean, we've looked at that. That was all over the place. So just have to wait and see. And yet again, Philip down into P8. The Super GT of ALR always finishing in 8th place. So, has anything happened to these guys in the back? And what's it because we saw earlier getting a mistake, so he's up into 10th position now. So he's managed to do some good driving, recovered some positions, finds himself behind his teammate. I'm sure they'll work together for the rest of the race. Then we've got Prime Colin 11th, Captain Eli in 12th, Scotty in 13th, and Rich still in 14th at the back. And yet again, somehow Jack still at the front of the race, leading this little pack of cars behind Brutus. Finally got the legs on him this time round. Has to take the outside line though. Has the position currently, but they're going to go side by side through this left-hander. Jack really defends that well, isn't able to get the position. Well, Brutus isn't able to get that position. Jack hangs on to first position for another lap so far. Brutus in second place, Messina in third, Tom then up into fourth place. This is really good for Tom. Yet again, absolutely stellar season for him in the Audi. Then we've got Pyro in fifth, recovering well as well. This is very important for his championship hopes. With his teammate out, he could be leading this championship, but definitely got to try and get himself back up onto a podium step by the end of the race at least. Air in sixth place, Pete in seventh, and now Philip in eighth yet again. So we'll just hang on with him for the moment. Oh, it just looks like his connection isn't as stable as it was at the beginning of the race. Just have to wait and see if they can get some cleaner overtakes done on the straights as Pete gets very deep again on the exit of that corner. Philip getting a snap of oversteer, and that's going to give Pete a little bit of breathing room. Well, not much though. Look how close he is already. So we will see an overtake, I am absolutely certain, through this pit straight coming into turn one. It almost looks like he was pushing him along there. Pete makes Philip go around the outside. We're going to see a little bit of a switch back here. Philip gets an excellent exit through the exit of turn one and through the next complex, and he gets the position on Pete. Can he get ahead by the next corner of the right-hander? He's got it done. Looks like it was nice and clean. Considering the lag, that is excellent to be done. Oh, we can see Eroticos getting a little slide out in the background there. So now Philip got to knuckle down and try and get past Air for the umpteenth time this race. As Tom now all over the back of... Look at this, approaching the halfway mark of the race, and the top, 8 are still fighting for positions. This is the look at that. There's just a brilliant camera angle through there, side by side on the exit. Some of these guys, Messina bouncing around, Pyro then up into fourth position. How did we? So this is just, I think that was Tom getting a poor exit. But Brutus has a bad exit as well. Tom then fighting up into second place. Oh, gets a little bit of a squeeze, bit of contact, puts him in the barrier, drops himself back down to fourth, and he's going to lose another position as well to Pyro. Oh, that was disappointing. He loses 3 positions in a space of one straight. Oh, and Eamon has a little look on the inside as well, just for luck. Nothing he can do, and he's got Philip behind him again. Oh, that's disappointing for Tom. But it's a promotion then for Air up into 5th, Pyro up into 4th, and Messina in 3rd position. Once more, Brutus going wide, and he loses traction on that exit, and Messina's going to have a look on the inside as well, but it's going to be so sketchy going through there without lag. Messina's got the position according to his name, and yep, Brutus has to tuck in. And it's going to be so difficult for him to overtake here. You've got no idea where Brutus is. Messina is. You think you could get an overtake done, and then before you know it, he just bounces into the side of you. Pyro goes to the inside, and Airman's looking to have a go as well. Almost 3 wide coming into turn 1. This is absolutely amazing racing from Tier 3. Again, I'm almost lost for words with who to look at. So Philip's got himself up into 6th position. So PA only a couple of laps ago. It's just been such hard work for him. We've got Pete and Eamon fighting for that position yet again at the back of the pack, managing to fall off the back of 6th position just a little bit. But we've seen all these guys just keep spreading out and bunching back up again. Tom has managed to get a position back from Pyro. How did he do that? So Tom goes round the outside. Absolutely brilliant overtake from Tom. Gets the position of 4th back. Then we've got Brutus in 3rd ahead. So is there anything that Tom can do for 3rd place? Because whilst the 2 up ahead of 5 positions, Messina's just pinched 1st place off of Jack, but with that lag, is Jack going to yield and just try and sit behind because it's so unpredictable about what he can do? Brutus sees an opportunity to come down the inside of Jack. Can he get it stopped in time? Side by side, and he does. He gets a brilliant, there's a bit of tank slapper on the exit though. Is that going to allow Jack to get back? It doesn't, because Brutus has parked it in front of Jack, and I don't know if there was contact, but if there was anything, it was just a little bump forward. So easy peasy for Brutus to get that one back. Tom though is sniffing on the back of Jack, who we might see starting to tumble. How are we looking with tyre wear? Jack's tyres definitely looking worse for wear. I mean, look how much better Tom's are. We've got Pyro in 5th place with Philip right behind. So what can Philip do this time round? Is he just a nice easy one on the inside of turn 5? And that just, what's happened? No, there must have been a mistake there from Pyro. He just goes into the back of Tom, leaves the door wide open for Philip, gets a tank slapper on the exit as well. That allows air through, so Pyro going all the way down to 7th place in one corner, tries to go for the inside line again, but air's too far along at this point, so it gets that back. Eroticos now is up into 8th place, so he's... Oh no, we've seen a mistake from Ross, whose tyres are really good actually, but there's been a mistake from Ross. He's dropped down into 11th place, but we'll give him some grace and leave that one be. So Pyro then, championship contention, slipping from his grip in 7th place. Will we see anyone opt for an early stop? Zaroskos dives down the inside, way late on the brakes, plows into the side of Eamon. Wrong way, there we go. So he's got the run, there's the braking marker, and he sails past it, and there's nothing he can do, just straight into the back of Eamon, or side of Eamon. But he knows what he's done and he waits up, so that's really good sportsmanship from Eroticos. I think he might lose that position to his teammate as well inadvertently. So, yet again, a lot of work done by Eroticos this race, and all undone by a little mistake. As we said, the penalty for a mistake at this track is savage, and Air was doing so well, fighting for podium positions earlier on, finds himself behind his teammate in an 8th and 9th position respectively. I'm definitely going to lose my voice by the end of this one. Just over halfway. So back up to the front of the grid. Where are we at? Messina has now got quite a comfortable gap to Brutus in 2nd place, but look at this. Here we go, we're going to have to jump back because the battle for 3rd is hotting up as Philip dives to the inside turn 4. Jack is hanging on, he keeps the inside line for turn 5, holds on to that position so far. Tom and Philip really on the very limit of their grip at the minute, because they're pushing it to the very outside of the track, kicking up a bit of dirt, and Philip just gets a superb overtake on the left-hander. Really difficult to do there, being so blind. But gets the position back up into third place for the third time this race. I think it's the third time this race, at least the second time. But Jack won't take that sitting down. He looks to try and get a bit of a switch back. Nothing he can do though. Philip just about hangs on as he got a snap of oversteer on the exit, but hangs on to that position. It looks like Philip's lag issues have slightly cleared up a bit more than they had done earlier, but Jack not able to do anything to fight the pace of Philip. You can just see how much his tyres have completely gone at this point. So Philip gets the position but dives into the pit lane, goes for the undercut. This is a very early undercut. You see how much he's been ragging it though. He's got 7% of fuel left, so probably couldn't do another lap. Probably see everyone coming out this lap. Well, sorry, coming in this lap, I should say. Lap 15, lap 16 is where everybody went in tier 4. Lap 15 did seem to be the most advantageous, getting the undercut. Definitely a mistake on my part, that one, trying to hang it out to lap 16. So let's see what happens with these guys at the front. Oh, we've got a little fight for position up here. What's going on? So we've got Tom fighting Jack yet again for third position. There's nothing Jack can do. He's got no tyres. Everyone else has got slightly better tyres than him. He has to tuck in behind Tom. So promotion to third position for Tom. Brutus a little bit of a way, and Jack is going to have another go coming into the hard braking zone of that left. Gets the position back again. Absolutely superb driving from Jack. This is just brilliant. I can't believe you could not write this race. So Tom finds himself back in fourth position. We've got Pyro in fifth. Pete is in sixth, looking to have a little sniff down the inside of Pyro. Is there anything he can do? Not this time round. Everybody giving each other enough space. Captain Eli's in seventh. Oh, we've lost air somewhere along the line. I think maybe he's come into the pit lane. Ross is in eighth. So here we go. First and second all in the pit lane. Some of these guys are staying out. Tom's staying out. Pyro's staying out. What are these guys going to do at the front? Everybody running nice and cleanly at the moment. Everyone got a nice little bit of a gap. I think everybody else is in the pit lane, aren't they? They are. So do we see that Rich stays out for another lap? Philip on a brand new set of soft boots. Coming out, Airman's also come in. So we'll see these guys leapfrog a load of people through the pit lane phase. Airman gets his teammate. That is the power of the undercut. Look how much space he's got over him as well. So next lap, let's see what happens. So Jack still in. Oh, he's still managing to be in front of Philip. So somehow Jack's managed to gain a position there, I think. Philip was in third when he came into the pit lane, but then Jack's managed to get the position back in the pit lane. Maybe that's down to fuel saving and how much Philip used by the pitting in lap 14, having to take a little bit more extra on in the pit phase. Then Brutus has done a much better job with his fuel and managed to gain some space ahead of Jack. As we see the guys coming in for their pit stop at the front of the grid. We'll see Rich come in this time round as well. Give him a little bit of screen time. Other than maybe lap 13, Rich has run a nice solid race by himself with his lap times. 1% of fuel left, absolutely to the limit. So then, what have we got back at the front? Jack and Philip fighting for position. Can Jack do anything to hang on to this podium position? He does. He manages to do it again. Oh, does it look like there might have been a little bit of a bump through the middle of the exit just because of the different lines that these guys are taking? Kind of to be expected. Philip looks to go down the inside. They're going side by side. Lots of space given. Jack is hanging on to that third place for dear life, as Philip manages to go round the outside and gets the position done. Absolutely superb overtake yet again from Philip. For the fourth time, gets himself up into third position. And can he do anything to catch Brutus ahead of him? He managed to close that amount of gap in the sprint race, so I imagine we'll see it again in the feature. What a race this has turned out to be. And now we've got a huge train of people in 5th to, what is this, 10th maybe? Absolutely amazing stuff. So Eamon leads Pyro, leads Captain Eli, leads Pete and Tom in 9th, and was that Eroticos and Prime Cole side by side through that last corner. Very clean and respectable racing from those two. Eroticos gets the position, but we might see Prime Cole with the slip gets the position back, and maybe even the Lex has got a slightly higher top speed. It looks like he's just pushing him along though. Pretty much. Oh, as Tom goes deep, just about as he kept it on. How he did not. Let's just. What happened to Tom then? How he managed to keep it on, I have no idea. That was some excellent driving from Tom. So, oh, he just closes the gap up too much. That's the bit there. Just keeps it on the white line. Absolutely brilliant. You're absolutely right, Hilmar. In fact, I would dare say this is the most amount of overtakes I've seen in any race in ALR, and not just from Philip, but from everybody. If this racetrack doesn't get the returning track vote for the for next season, I don't know what will. This has just been absolutely brilliant to watch. So then, Tom in 9th place. Don't think anyone else has got any pit stops to take again, so unfortunately has lost out in the pit phase, and maybe some other, I don't know, incidents that have happened. But in 9th place anyway. Pete then up into 8th, Pyro in 7th. Looks like he's got the legs on Captain Eli this time round. We see his teammate, Captain Eli's teammate, get a little bit wrong as well, and Pyro is definitely a man on the move. Is there anything he can do coming down this straight? Because the 4GT definitely has the legs. Although Ayres managed to leave a little bit of room on the inside for Pyro, and Pyro's going to take that. You give him an inch, that guy will take a mile, and he's... Oh, that was messy. Running at the back of the grid, I believe, is Rich in the Porsche. So just not able to get it stopped. We saw him make that move before, but a little bit of contact coming through there. Not a lot you can do about that, unfortunately. So Pyro loses another couple of positions because of that. His championship hopes definitely slipping away yet again. Did a really good job to recover the gap to P2. Gonna say 3 or 4 seconds by the look of it according to that mini map. Let's just jump up and see real quick. So pick a spot. .6 seconds, I think that was. But Philip all over the back of Brutus, so we saw him close that gap once he's got past Jack. Now let's just see what happens here. We've got a couple of 4 GTs working together against Pyro in 7th place. No, wrong way. There we go. Pete then in 8th, Tom's in 9th, and Orozco's in 10th. Ross has managed to close up the gap to Orozco's as well, keeping Prime Cole behind. Scotty's in 13th and Rich in 14th. And we have lost a driver as well. Not too sure who was that. However, here we go, battle for P2 as we approach the final quarter of the race. Well, we're in the final quarter of the race now, aren't we? So then, Philip going around the outside. Brutus making him do all the legwork to get it done. They go side by side. Brutus loses that position to Philip. And is there anything he can do? Down a bit of water because I am definitely losing my voice at this point. Still neck and neck. Brutus might get a really good exit from this one if he gets the undercut, well not the undercut, sorry, the switchback through that corner, but it didn't look like he was able to. Philip just parks it on the apex, but he's still got the slip and he looks like he's about to take the move. It's going to be on the outside. No, he goes for a dummy on the inside. Brutus has got the position back. He's up into 2nd place. Can he get it stopped and turned around on the exit? He can. Absolutely superb tit for tat with these guys. Brutus then gets back up into 2nd place. Phillips into 3rd. We're going to see another overtake. Absolutely certain of this one. So what can Philip do? And we said about it earlier, the tailwind definitely helping with the fastest lap. Look at that, 40.9. Absolutely phenomenally fast lap from Philip. I'm sure he's just had to make... We should have had a little counter to see how many overtakes he's actually made this race. As he comes up for another one, Brutus making him go around the outside, the long way around. And he's only gone and not done it. He hasn't done it. Wasn't quite enough this time round. Brutus hangs on to that P2, but if Philip can keep it around the outside this time round, he's going to have the inside line for turn 5. Oh, he doesn't manage to make it that time round. Unbelievably good racing from these guys. The lag issue is completely cleaned up now for Philip. So this is just pure racing. Messina pretty much a country mile ahead whilst these guys are battling. You see the gap has grown on the minimap. So is there anything that Philip can do for this? Pretty much run out of words to say at this point. We'll just jump back and see how anything has happened down here. So at some point we've lost air because he was ahead of his teammate, and now Captain Eli is in 5th, Pyro is in 6th, Eamon's in 7th, and Tom in 8th. So Tom's got a position somewhere along the line as well. Pete is in 9th, Roscoe's in 10th, has somehow got ahead of his oh no, he was ahead of his teammate, but his teammate is nice and close, but he's having to defend from Prime Cole in 11th, Scotty's in 11th, and Rich in 12th. And here we go, back up to the front of the grid. Philip gets another overtake, or attempted overtake at the moment, pulls out of the slipstream, has to dive back to the inside. Brutus has left the door open, but Philip doesn't take it. He opts to go for a faster exit. Oh, as he gets a little bit of a slide on the exit, and that's going to have cost him that position. See a little bit of a run coming in there from Philip, but he had to back out of it coming through the corners. So Brutus has probably another half a lap of breathing space. Again, let's have a look at the tyre difference. Philip definitely has been absolutely pushing it, and obviously has a good 2 laps extra on Brutus. And what we've seen before was Philip has managed to... as he goes for the overtake again on the outside. Will he get a switchback? Excellent camera angle. It doesn't look like it. I think Brutus just managed to put that right on the line. He's just blocking Philip at the moment. All above board though. There's just great defensive driving from Brutus. He's really making Philip work. Philip is just going to have absolutely no tyres left by the end of this race. Side by side on the exit. Has to yield that position yet again, but here we go. 2 laps left, and it is just going to be a rinse and repeat. So Philip in the slip, coming down the start-finish straight, moves to the outside for turn 1. Gets the overtake done, or gets the position at least on paper. Nope, Brutus gets that back again. Is there going to be a switchback? He does manage to get it done this time. A lot cleaner exit for Philip, and a little bit of contact, but that's okay. Philip has got the position, but is there anything that Brutus can do? He has got more tyres. He's got a nice clean exit through there. Oh, there was a little bit of a touch. And he's not able to do anything. I don't think he's got the slip enough or the overspeed enough to get through into this bit. But hey, we have seen some miracles happen this race. So let's just wait and see what Brutus can do. Somehow he's absolutely caned his fuel as well. Might see a... He might just have to sit back now and take the 3rd place because he's not got enough fuel. Is there anything happening behind just whilst these guys have got a bit of space? Oh, there's a yellow flag. What has happened here? Was that... Oh, Brutus, no! What has happened? All of that effort, battles for 23 laps of hard racing. The pressure's just got to him too much. Goes a bit wide. Oh, that invisible wall is absolutely savage. Oh no. What the hell? Oh my word. I think you unghosted at the worst possible time. Pyro lifts off nice and safe, sees the... Oh man, that is brutal. Oh my word. I'm surprised Pyro hasn't got engine damage for that. And there's just... What could it... Oh, and Scotty's gone round as well. What the heck happened here? Pyro does almost the same thing, but he just spins around. Sorry, not Pyro, Scotty. And, oh wow. So, I'm lost for words. I'm just lost for words. Philip runs away with it. He's got 2nd place. And would you believe it, the final lap starts and Jack's back into 3rd place. You just could not write this race. This is absolutely amazing. Air's up into 5th place. This is brilliant result for Air and Captain Eli, in fact. So all of that carnage on that penultimate lap gets Air back up into 5th place. Pete has a really good result for him, up in 6th. Tom's up into 7th place as a result as well. Ross has somehow managed to get ahead of his teammate Eroticos for 8th position. So really good result for him. He's got Eroticos just going to try and keep Prime Cole behind them both as well. I'm sure that'll be doable. And where do we find? So Pyro's all the way down into 11th place. Brutus, I don't even what he must have gone out again, does he not? Because he's down in 12th. Well, let's just jump forward to this one, because I just want to see what happened to Brutus after this. Oh man. Oh, I think he realizes. I don't know. It's not his choice when he unghosts, is it? So it looked like he was about to wait, but no, he's put it over. That's really good sportsmanship from Brutus, even though that wasn't his fault, really, that Pyro got collected like that. Pyro also made a slight mistake. So that's just, yeah, absolutely phenomenal from Brutus to do that. Cost his race massively already, and gives that position back to Pyro. Somebody get that man a beer. All that effort on a Monday night, and yeah, definitely that is the definition of gentleman racing. So then, let's see how everybody else is doing. All that carnage in front of him has actually managed to allow Rich to close up the gap to Scotty in 13th, but at the front of the grid, pretty much a solitary race for Messina, for at least half of it anyway. Bouncing along. It's a home victory for Messina in P1. It's a clean sweep as well, actually. I think it's P1 for qualifying, P1 for the sprint race, and now P1 for the feature race. An absolutely brilliant drive for our Genesis driver. Then Philip, what it could have been, almost certainly would have been a pole position for him if he hadn't had all that extra work. Jack, absolutely phenomenal, getting third position. Captain Eli gets fourth. His teammate behind in fifth. Brilliant result for the 4GT drivers. Pete then in sixth place. Tom gets seventh. Really solid result for him. Ross, excellent result in eighth place. Prime Cole, although he's behind... Prime Cole in ninth place. Rakos wasn't able to hold him back. Look at how dead his tyres are, though, in 10th. Pyro's in 11th. Brutus gets 12th. Scotty's in 13th. And Rich finally comes across the line for 14th place. My word. What an absolutely banging race. Absolutely brilliant. Right then, let's have a look at our standings coming out of that race. What it could have been. It is all change at the top. Only a few points between the top three. This is anyone's race coming into this, the last couple of races of this season. So the top five, Brutus, despite having a P12 in the feature, takes top position with 137 points. Messina, with a double win and the pole position point, gets a massive promotion up into second place with 136 points. Then we've got Pyro, unfortunately didn't have the best race because of that, dropping down into third place still, though, with 134 points. His teammate didn't race this race, so 0 points for him, but in fourth place still with 127 points. And then in fifth place, I don't know how Jack managed to get that into third position, but superb drive from him with 125 points in fifth place. So the top five, literally anything could happen next week. And to top that off, it's Le Mans and it's wet. It is going to be an absolutely epic race. You have got to tune in for next week's race. Make sure you give the stream a like. If any race on ALR is worth a like this week, it is definitely this one. And thank you so much for watching. I've been Bluebeard and this has been ALR, so we'll see you guys next week.